Hello, my name is Dr. Jeff Harris. I'm a psychologist in New Mexico in the southwestern part of the United States. This is my colleague Karunakar Rao from Bangalore, India. This is a video demonstration for Key Strategies Training Lesson 5, Transforming Feelings Using Emotion-Focused Strategies. Hopefully you have watched the instructional didactic video for Lesson 5 before watching this demonstration. The central idea that we're demonstrating here is from emotion-focused therapy. So Greenberg and Watson said that the goal in emotion-focused therapy is change in self-organization through increased emotional awareness and regulation and the use and transformation of emotion. So we're going to be talking about about transforming emotions, and we're going to be in the last video I described four different key strategies for transforming emotions. The first one was emotion focused strategy 5, experimenting with emotions. Emotion focused strategy 6, modifying emotions. 7, generalizing and consolidating emotions, and 8, assessing emotional change and impact. Most of these aren't going to occur in a single session. So in this demonstration, I'm going to be experimenting and modifying emotions and doing a little bit of generalizing. So that's what I'm going to be try to do. We're going to hopefully at the end of the demo, we'll come back to these slides and ask you to think about what you saw me do in this demonstration. So you may have seen the earlier demonstrations. Karunakar is portraying a socially anxious client named Raju. And so we're going to start the demonstration. And so we're going to start the demonstration, and I'm going to try and help Raju experiment with new emotions. So Raju, we've been talking about your social anxiety and kind of the fear that other people might judge you or insult you. And we've talked a lot about the emotion of fear, and some of the fear is fear of being shamed, and some of that is based on past experiences when you were younger and people would insult you or make fun of you. Last time we met, I asked you if there were other emotions going on, and we started talking about loneliness. And I asked you to observe your loneliness and to see if the loneliness felt like a desire for attachment. So what have you noticed about your loneliness since our last meeting?
Um, yeah, I find I feel loneliness is my uh, actually that is not what I want, but I'm not able to go out and meet people because of fear of being tamed. Uh, but I want to. I want to be uh, normal and mingling with people uh, as others. When I see others uh, are engaged in social conversation, laughing and enjoying, uh, I feel I feel like I also do the same, but uh, uh, but I'm not able to do that.
So, so last time I talked about kind of the loneliness, being a desire to mingle and connect, but the fear pushing you away. Have you felt that tension this week?
Yeah, I clearly experienced. I want to be a socially comfortable person, but at the same time, I fear to mingle with people. I feel that contradiction, tension in me.
And I think that one of the things, that we've talked about is how that fear has been dominant for many years. And what I want to do today is to experiment with that desire to be a socially comfortable person. So you said I want to be a socially comfortable person. Say that again out loud for me, Raju.
Yeah. I want to be a socially comfortable person.
Tell me why.
Uh, because I want to be happy. Uh, I want to enjoy uh, the company of others.
So so let's So I understand that desire and I want to reinforce that desire. I want to highlight that desire as a normal part of the human experience. So I want you to say that again. I want to enjoy the company of other people. Say that out loud and I'm going to ask you to see what that feels like in your body when you say that. So I want you to say that again. I want to enjoy the company of other people.
Yeah, I want to enjoy the company of others.
So when you say that, I'm going to ask you to say that one more time, and then I'm going to ask you to breathe that in and to see if there's an emotion there. So say that again. I want to enjoy the company of others.
I want to enjoy the company of others.
I like hearing you say that. What, Raju, what do you know what emotion you feel when you say that?
I kind of hope.
Hope. Okay. So let's change that again. Let's emphasize that feeling of hope. I hope that I can begin to enjoy the company of others. Say that one out loud and see if you can feel that warm sense of hope in your body.
Yeah, I hope I can enjoy the company of others.
Okay. And breathe that in. Where do you feel that hope in your body? Do you feel in your chest or in your belly, or where do you feel hope?
I feel in the chest.
Okay. And what does it feel like in your chest when you hope to enjoy the company of others?
Uh, feel like expanding.
Okay. Does it feel warm? When I hear you say that, it makes my chest feel warm. Does it feel warm as it expands there?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So let's pay attention to that hope. And in some ways, the hope and the fear are in tension. So what we what we said, so I think that a part of you hopes for or desires attachment, and a part of you is fearful of being hurt or insulted. What Tell me about the part of you that desires connection or company or attachment. Tell me about that part of Raju.
That we mean to ask uh, what that I feel about company of others.
Yes.
Yeah, if I enjoy the company of others, I would be able to speak and share my experiences, feelings, and someone will be there to listen to me. If he or she can understand me, somebody will understand, and that is what.
So we've talked about the fear being based on some experiences you've had in the past where people, when you were younger, particularly in school, that people did insult you and did hurt you. And what I kind of suggest is that the fear may be overgeneralized. I think there are people who are not safe, who are dangerous, who are going to hurt you. So I want to think about, instead of saying all people are hurtful, potentially hurtful, to say some people are more hurtful than others. So I want you to think about the people that you interact with, and and if you were to hope for a connection, if you were to hope for enjoying the company of others, are there people in your life, people that you know, acquaintances, that seem less fearful than others?
Yeah, there is a friend of mine, childhood friend, but he is not in Bangalore, in the city now. He is working somewhere else. When he calls me, I feel I feel comfortable when he calls me and asks me about my whereabouts, and uh, so I think he is the one.
And what's his
Uh,
name?
his name is Srinivas.
Say it again.
Srinivas.
Tree with a T?
Srinivas.
Okay, so Shrivi Mas. So with Shrivi, and I'm probably saying it wrong, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, you can say Sri.
Shri. Okay, I can go with
Ah,
Shri.
mm.
So with Shri, what makes Shri safer than some of the people in the past who have hurt you?
Yeah, he's different because he he I feel he likes me, he loves me, and when somebody laughs at me, others, he gets angry with them, and
He protects you.
he protects me.
So I think that it'll be important for us to pay attention to Shri as an example of someone who's not dangerous, who's not scary.
Not it.
And I'm disappointed that he moved away and he's not in Bangalore anymore. I want you to think about the people in Bangalore who are, you describe Shri as a friend who loves you, but of the acquaintances, of the people that you see from time to time, but don't connect with, is there anybody who seems less scary and more hopeful than others?
Yeah, there are a few people. Uh, I don't know whether it's scary or not, but I never talked to them. But they are friendly with me, but I
So
never.
name a couple names of the people who are friendly with you.
Yeah. One is Kiran.
Kieran?
Kiran. Kiran. Kiran.
Okay, so Kieran is friendly with you. Who else?
Yeah. And then John.
Don?
John.
Don. Okay. So let's think about Kieran and John. And I want you to, so tell me what makes them seem a little safer, a little less fearful, and maybe a little bit more hopeful.
Uh, they never. Their tone is very friendly, and uh, they are polite with me, and they never tease me. They never make fun of me.
So do you feel drawn, so we talked about kind of the loneliness as a desire for attachment, and we've attached that to hope and fear. With Kieran or John, would either of them do you feel more hopefulness with either of them?
think John is more jovial.
Okay, so
And
jovial John, has that friendly sense. And I know people like that who, you're just have that friendly, warm, jovial sense. So, so let's talk about those two, that hope and fear. So when you think about, enjoying the company of John, of jovial John, tell me what the hope is and what is the fear.
uh, as far as I see, he's friendly and polite, but I don't know much about him. My fear is if I get closer and speak more, I don't know how he would react to or respond to.
Okay, and that's always a risk, at that acquaintance, I think about there being acquaintances and then casual friends and then close friends. And when when you interact with acquaintances, you don't know, at the acquaintance, my acquaintance John seems jovial, but if I get a little closer, it may not work out so much. So there is some fear that as you get close, if you spend more time in the company of John, that it wouldn't turn out. Tell me so that's some of the fear, the uncertainty. What's the hopefulness? If I got to know John better, I might hope.
I might hope he would understand and be patient with me and uh, show interest in me.
You said three things. He might understand me, he might show an interest in me. What was the other one?
Uh, uh, he may be patient with me.
Okay, patient, thank you. So let's think about that as hope, as that feeling of hope. If I got to know John better, I hope he might understand me. Say that out loud and see if we can get that warm hope feeling in your chest. If I get to know John better, I hope he might understand me.
If I get to know John better, I hope he would be uh, friendly with me.
If I got to know John better, I hope that he might show interest in me.
If I get to know John better, I hope he would show interest in me.
If I got to know John better, I hope he might be patient with me.
Yeah. If I get to know better John, I hope he would be patient with
Okay. And do you feel that warm feeling, that expanding feeling of hope in your chest?
me. Yeah, yeah. I feel little uh, bit comfortable.
And you feel a little of fear too.
Yeah, fear is there.
Yeah. And so I want us to be aware that the fear and hope are going to both be there, you know.
Yeah.
And so we don't want to, ignore the fear because the fear has protected you. But based on our conversation today about hope and fear, and thinking about John or maybe Kieran, and knowing that you want to enjoy the company of others, what would you like to do in the coming week about your social anxiety or about your acquaintances or about this tension between hope and fear?
Uh, I may take some risk to go closer to John and see what happens.
I think that seeing what happens is a really good way to approach it. So I think that I'm going to encourage you to conduct an experiment, you know, and and the fearful part of your history might say, I predict that if you spend time with John, he will reject you. But this hopeful part might say, I predict that if you spend time with John, he will understand you, show interest, and be patient. The only way to know which of these hypotheses is true is to conduct a little experiment. So, and as you said, take a risk. So I'm going to encourage you to spend time with John the next time you see John, to try and extend the conversation, to ask him some questions, to say a little bit about your own life. And it doesn't have to be an hour-long conversation. If you usually talk to John for 1 minute, having a 3-minute conversation and asking him some questions will be a risk that will give you more information to see if John is understanding, interested, and patient, or if he's rejecting and scary and insulting like some of the people in the past. So I'm going to encourage you this week to have a conversation with John, to ask him some questions, to share a little bit about yourself, and to see what happens. And I want you to be aware of that hope and fear, and then we will, after you take a risk and conduct this experiment, we'll talk about the results and see what we want to do from there. How does that sound, Raju?
Yeah, that sounds good. If I'm able to do that, I will try to do that.
Okay, well, we're gonna conduct an experiment. You're gonna take a risk. You're gonna pay attention to those conflicting feelings of hope and fear, and then we're gonna see how that goes from there.
Yeah, I will try.
Okay, thank you for that demonstration. I'm gonna go back to the screen. Okay, so in this demonstration, I want you to think about, did I experiment with emotions? Did I, and I'll give you my opinion. I think I experimented with the feeling of hope, because the hope for attachment and hope for connection. I tried to kind of elaborate on that feeling of hope. So I tried to build up that modifying emotions by giving Raju a sense of hope. And then the generalizing was really the experiment. I was asking Raju to have a conversation with his acquaintance John, and to feel some hope for that connection, and to see if John was, might be interested in interested, understanding a patient, or if he might be insulting like some of the people from the past. So that's what I think I did. You may have other opinion, but think about, what did I do to experiment with emotions? What did I do to modify emotions? And what did I do to generalize the emotions that we've tried to conjure up in the session? How did I encourage Raju to generalize those outside of psychotherapy? So thank you for watching this demonstration. Karunakar, thank you for portraying Raju. And so now that we've done a video on exploring emotions and transforming emotions, the next lesson will be about behavior and actions. So thanks for watching this video.